The public was shocked after news of a sudden raid involving two BTS members, Taehyung and Jungkook, went viral on social media. This unexpected incident immediately sparked speculation from fans and netizens, especially since the two are known to be very private about their personal lives. But what was even more surprising wasn't the raid itself, but what emerged afterward. A trusted source revealed that Taehyung and Jungkook had been hiding a big secret, something even armies never imagined. From small clues scattered in the media to shocking statements from those closest to them, the mystery is slowly being uncovered. Is this a secret project, a personal relationship, or something bigger and more far-reaching? One thing is for sure, everyone is now wondering, who are Taehyung and Jungkook behind the cameras? However, behind all the rumors, one piece of information was finally confirmed, leaving the public speechless. Behind the raid was hidden a private room that no one had ever known, not even their closest staff. Inside the room, various personal notes, mysterious storyboards, and even unreleased audio recordings were found. One insider said that Taehyung and Jungkook were working on something deeply personal, deeply emotional, something that could potentially change the way the world views them. More than just idols, they were apparently preparing a secret collaborative art project that involved the deepest parts of their personal lives, including stories from their pasts that had been kept under wraps. The most surprising thing, parts of the project were inspired by dark experiences, fateful encounters, and relationships never before revealed to the public. Will this be a major revelation from the two? Or is it the beginning of a new chapter in their careers and personal lives? One thing is clear, what was discovered after this raid has changed everything, and fans can now only wait with pounding hearts to see what Taehyung and Jungkook will reveal next. An unnamed source stated that among the personal belongings found was a black leather notebook whose contents immediately sent shivers down the spine. Inside were unreleased song lyrics, dark and emotional poems, and sketches that appeared to depict the most vulnerable moments in Taehyung and Jungkook's lives. Some of the sketches even showed two male figures holding hands in the dark, with the following small inscription: "Only here can we be honest." It didn't take long for the online world to be divided. Some netizens and ARMY believed this was strong evidence of a profound emotional and artistic bond between Taehyung and Jungkook, something that went beyond mere co-workers or friends. Others believed they were preparing a documentary that would reveal the dark side of life as global idols. Representatives from Biot Entertainment finally spoke out, but their statement only made the situation even more mysterious. They stated that the project does exist, but it's not yet time to discuss it publicly. Taehyung and Jungkook are currently in a very private phase of creative exploration. We ask that the public respect their privacy until the time is right. These words only add to the questions. If this project is so large and personal, what exactly are they trying to convey to the world? Is this a confession, a resistance, or a farewell? Whatever is happening, one thing is certain. This raid is not the end. It's the beginning of a much bigger story, a story of honesty, courage, and perhaps love that has been hidden behind the grand stage and the spotlights of the world. And now, the whole world holds its breath, waiting for the next chapter, because what has been revealed is only the surface. Among the recovered documents was a voice recording that was accidentally leaked to the public, only 1 minute and 47 seconds long, but its contents immediately captivated armies worldwide. The voice on the recording is believed to be Jungkook's, speaking in a hushed tone. "Sometimes I wish this were all just a dream, but you know, I'm still here because of you, because we made a promise, even if the world doesn't understand." His tone sounded strained, as if he were recording a final message or something never intended for the public to know. Shortly after the recording surfaced, BTS's international community forums were filled with speculation. Were the two of them under intense emotional stress? Or was this part of an experimental, artistic project intentionally designed to be as intimate as possible? A few days after the raid and the leak of the footage, the two appeared at an international airport for a flight to an undisclosed filming location. They didn't say a word to the media, but what caught the attention was the way they walked side by side, not maintaining their usual distance, with serious expressions and heavy eyes. Fans present at the scene reported that Taehyung gently patted Jungkook's back, a small gesture that felt incredibly personal amidst the spotlight and media frenzy. Usually they're reserved, especially when cameras are on, but this time, it felt like they didn't care anymore. They just wanted to support each other, wrote a fansite admin who has been following them since 2015. The latest allegation comes from an industry insider who claims that Taehyung and Jungkook are preparing an open letter to be released alongside the secret project. The letter will reportedly reveal everything they have in common, about the pressures of being idols, about relationships that can't be explained in words, and about the desire to finally be free to be themselves. According to local media reports, the raid was not carried out by authorities, but by the agency's internal team and private security. The purpose? To secure a private location, suspected of storing classified material that had not been approved for publication. The location turned out to be a private studio, a place where Taehyung and Jungkook often disappeared for hours, even days, without any official agenda. This is where suspicions began to grow. After the search, several documents and digital files were found, which were immediately sealed and taken away by the agency's legal team. However, inside sources stated that the materials contained snippets of experimental songs, visual clips with emotional narratives, and highly sensitive personal notes. Furthermore, a 12-minute video was also found, allegedly containing Taehyung and Jungkook's heartfelt confessions, not as idols, but as human beings trapped by the demands of fame and public expectations. By it simply issued a brief statement: "We are investigating the situation involving artists. There are no violations of the law. We ask that the public not speculate excessively." Unfortunately, this statement only fueled more questions. If there were no violations, then why was there a secret raid? And what exactly was found that warranted such secrecy? Whatever the truth behind this raid, one thing is now clear. There's a side to Taehyung and Jungkook the world has never seen. A side that's vulnerable, honest, and perhaps too real for an industry accustomed to public image. Is this the beginning of a major confession? Or is this the moment two of the biggest stars finally begin to unmask themselves? The world waits, holding its breath, because the truth can no longer be hidden. Some investigative journalists claim that the raids weren't just about secret projects or hidden studios, but rather pressure from sponsors and major stakeholders who disliked the creative freedom Taehyung and Jungkook were beginning to take. Their projects were too honest, too emotional, and too real, not the image the industry wanted, said one behind-the-scenes source. If this is true, then what's at stake is not just their reputations, but also their freedom as artists and human beings. Rumors suggest that a confession video is being prepared, not by the agency, but by Taehyung and Jungkook themselves, who want to explain everything directly to fans. If there are going to be any misunderstandings, let it be because of our own words, not because of someone else's narrative, they said in a leaked excerpt from the video script. If this video is actually released, it could be the most honest and shocking moment in K-pop history. An anonymous insider revealed that the two are currently developing a duo unit with a concept that is completely different from BTS's current image, darker, more honest, and full of personal emotions. The songs they recorded explore the other side of idol life, mental stress, longing for freedom, and even secret love stories that have never been revealed. But that's not what surprised the public. Behind the music folders, visual documentation was also found depicting the two's emotional journey, including the moment they decided to keep the project a secret for the two of them, away from a world that demands perfection. Now that the big secret is out, Fans are even more eager to see the project's outcome. The world is waiting. Will Taehyung finally release their secret work to the public? Or will they keep it forever as a private memory? One thing is clear. After all this, no one will ever look at Taehyung and Jungkook the same way again. Both Taehyung and Jungkook have emphasized that their love for BTS remains undivided. In fact, this secret project is a way for them to maintain their sanity and express themselves without boundaries.